Have you ever felt like a stranger to yourself, wondering if the world sees only a fragment of who you truly are? Carl Jung wrestled with this unsettling realization, recording his inner visions in the mysterious, controversial masterpiece known as the Red Book. This book was hidden from the public for decades. As a certified coach who has studied Carl Jung over the past years, I've simplified his powerful yet challenging ideas into practical wisdom you can use right away. So, in this video, I am going to show you exactly how embracing Jung's discoveries can finally help you become who you truly are and transform your life forever. Most of us are chasing answers outside of ourselves: success, validation, clarity. But as Carl Jung put it, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. So let's stop looking out there and start looking in. So, first, let's look at how to start uncovering who you truly are. Carl Jung says the first step toward discovering who you truly are, a process he calls individuation, is facing something he refers to as tragic guilt. Now, who wants to feel guilt? No one. Yet, you've probably spent much of your life chasing perfection, striving to be the flawless employee, the ideal partner, the always positive friend. But beneath it all, beneath that polished exterior, there is a lingering feeling of guilt, a sense that you are never quite living up to those impossible standards. And here's the surprising thing: according to Jung, that guilt isn't there to crush you. Instead, it demands something powerful from you: renewal, forgiveness, and growth. Guilt is like a smoke alarm. It's loud, irritating, and easy to dismiss. But it's not the fire, it's just the signal that something deeper needs your attention before it burns everything down. And your guilt is signaling that it's time to confront your feelings and evolve. Let me share a personal story. A few years ago, I couldn't sleep at night. On paper, my life seemed perfect. I had a successful career in Switzerland, far beyond my humble Romanian origins, a wonderful relationship, yet night after night, I'd wake up with my heart racing, overwhelmed by an intense, inexplicable guilt, as if I had done something terribly wrong. I fought against this feeling, trying to rationalize it. Was it childhood memories coming back? Was it guilt about wanting to quit my job and feeling ungrateful towards those who gave me opportunities? Eventually, I realized something crucial. This emotion wasn't meant to be analyzed or rationalized. It wasn't meant to be solved by my head. It was meant to be felt and experienced in my body. But how do you do that? Next, I will show you a simple and powerful practice you can use right now. Because remember, what we resist persists. So, next time uncomfortable feelings arise, instead of pushing them away or getting caught up in your thoughts, try this 90 seconds practice. First, pause and scan your body. Where do you feel that emotion physically? Is it tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach? Once you have identified the area, sit with that sensation for 90 seconds and breathe into that area, allowing yourself to fully experience it. If tears come, let them flow. Your emotions want to move through you, and when you let them, they will naturally dissolve. Carl Jung emphasizes that parts of ourselves we feel most guilty about are precisely the ones we must embrace. So now that you know how to physically experience and release these feelings, let me show you how to take the next step and translate this into real life change. Carl Jung makes a bold, provocative claim. You suffer from evil because you secretly love it but aren't aware you do. At first glance, this sounds alarming, even offensive, but Jung isn't accusing you of being bad. Instead, he's highlighting an internal conflict we all experience. Throughout life, we learn to hide away parts of ourselves we label negative, burying them deep into our subconscious. Jung calls this hidden part of ourselves the shadow. Here's a simple example. Maybe you secretly crave power, recognition, or pleasure, but society has taught you that these desires are shameful. So you push them away, denying they even exist. But here's the catch: when you push these feelings down, they become stronger. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater, and the more force you apply when you press down, the more violently it will pop back up. So Jung advises something radical. Evil must be accepted without love or hate. In other words, simply acknowledging these parts of yourself without judgment. So when you accept your shadow openly, you will remove its power over you. But how do you do that? Next, I will show you a powerful practice you can start using immediately to acknowledge your shadow. Your shadow often hides behind your strongest emotional reactions to other people, especially when you think, I'm definitely not like that. So, next time someone irritates you or triggers you, pause and ask yourself these two questions. What annoys me about this person but secretly makes me feel jealous or intrigued? And what hidden desire might this reaction be pointing toward in myself? Facing your shadow can feel uncomfortable, even scary, almost like betraying the identity you have carefully built. But Jung insists this discomfort is exactly what leads you toward wholeness. And here's how you can integrate this into your life right now. Give yourself permission today to openly acknowledge one of these hidden desires and take one small step this week towards exploring something you have secretly envied or dismissed. Integration begins the moment you give yourself permission. But recognizing your shadow in others is just the beginning. When you do what I am about to show you next, your entire identity and life will change. The next layer of shadow work goes beyond judgment into something even more uncomfortable: the unknown parts of yourself. These aren't just the qualities you've labeled as bad, they are the ones that were never fully given the chance to develop, the parts that feel awkward, doubtful, or incomplete. Not because they are wrong, but because they are not yet formed. And that's what makes them so easy to avoid. Your conscious mind doesn't like chaos, uncertainty, or anything it cannot control. But Jung teaches us this is gold. Your growth doesn't happen where you are already confident. It happens in the places you are still figuring out, the places that feel like not yet. Jung describes this process as stepping from a bright, neat room into a dark basement. At first, it feels awkward, even shameful, but it's exactly there, in that discomfort, where real transformation begins. Take doubt, for example. Jung famously said, "He who cannot bear doubt does not bear himself." Doubt, uncertainty, confusion aren't signs of weakness. Instead, they are doorways. Stepping through doubt feels chaotic at first, but on the other side, We have authenticity, strength, and genuine self awareness. Your doubts are not flaws, they are invitations to go deeper. So, how do you accept that invitation and step into your full potential? Next, I will show you how to break free and step into your most confident self. Step 1, write down 3 ways you currently describe yourself that no longer serve you. Labels you have adopted because of others, labels that now feel heavy or uncomfortable. And then reflect on each one. What's the deeper belief or story underneath? For example, here's what used to be mine. Shy. The underlying belief was that I am unworthy of people's attention. I used to describe myself as a people pleaser. The underlying belief was that I am responsible for others' feelings or they will abandon me. And the third way, I would describe myself a rule follower, 9 to 5 employee, and the underlying belief that the world is not safe, that taking risks is dangerous. Step 2, next, ask yourself, how have these beliefs tried to protect me? Are they true or are they shadow beliefs? When I did this exercise, here's what I discovered. For my shyness, the underlying belief was that I am unworthy of people's attention, which was never true. My shadow was trying to protect me from rejection. People pleaser. The belief was that I am responsible for everyone else's feelings, which was false, a shadow driven attempt to avoid abandonment. For the rule follower label, the belief was that the world is unsafe, which was also an illusion created by my shadow to keep me from taking risks. And these shadow beliefs were false stories meant to protect me. They may have served a purpose once, but now they were holding me back. And step 3, now imagine who you would be without these limiting beliefs. How would you show up differently? And how would you carry yourself each day? It's time to flip the script. Take each old limiting description and replace it with new empowering ways you describe yourself. Your new identity that feels exciting, empowering, and aligned with who you truly want to become. Here's how I transformed mine. From shy to bold, from people pleaser to authentic, from rule follower to entrepreneur. Who will you choose to become instead? Right now, pick 3 empowering identities you are excited to embody. And step 4, finally ask yourself, what's one small action I can take to embody this new empowered version of myself? Awareness creates freedom, and your identity isn't set in stone. It can be rewritten in any moment, and that moment starts right now. So, here's the most powerful insight from Carl Jung's Red Book. You are more than the identity you have carefully crafted. You are both the light and the shadow, the known and the mysterious. And remember, these old limiting beliefs were never truly you. They were simply protective stories your shadow created to shield you from rejection, hurt, failure. And stepping onto the path toward your authentic self can feel uncomfortable, but ultimately is the most freeing and transformative journey you will ever take. So, if you ever feel like you're stuck in a loop, wanting more, but somehow always holding yourself back, the reason is not lack of discipline, motivation, or even confidence. It's your shadow. And until you understand it, it will keep controlling you from behind the scenes. So watch this next video where I will show you how to be sneakier than your shadow by recognizing the 3 signs it's hiding your true potential and what you can do about it.